I'm so pleased, you have no idea, I'm so pleased to welcome now an Alicantino startup that we met this summer. And I welcome to the, are you going to be alone or is Alejandro as well? Is he? That's fine. So we take enough pictures. Alvaro, please come to the floor. I just present you for a second. So Alvaro and myself met virtually this summer when everybody was on the beach, right? We were looking for a startup that represents like everything that we are looking for. He has used the SME fund, so he ticked that. He's in deep tech. He's from Alicante. Everybody thinks always Alicante, sun and fun and beer and gambas. Well, look at him. He's also pale, right? I had a problem with him. His company is called Hechicería. I can say it today for the first time fluently. Most of you don't speak Spanish, okay? Okay. I know it. You're gonna have a little discussion with Virginia. You don't know who she is, but you will find out. Yeah, she's not appreciative of the mark. For me, I knew about this. I mean, I called you and I was like, I hardly could pronounce it. I found it very difficult. And then, guess what? Then I have my colleague, Olivia, who's in the room from Australia. And she was telling me, Sabina, this is so cool. Me to learn Spanish, I'm just reading Harry Potter. The first book, which is called Harry Potter and the Book of Philosophers or something like that. She says, and she said, oh my God, page 2, hechicería. I said, what the hell? What does it mean? And she said, me, it's witchcraft. So he even ticked 5 ticks. He had like 5 ticks more. So we are very, very excited to welcome Alvaro Saiz here today. I will not say anything more about what you're doing. We already, I know a little bit more, but I leave it as a surprise for everyone else. So the floor is yours, Alvaro.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much for inviting me here and talk about our company and our story. This is going to be, we're going to speak about IP, we will note it, but it's going to be more a story and how a little deep tech company here, startup, can evolve and be ahead in the research of AI and video games and audiovisual production globally. So yeah, this is I'm Alvaro Saiz, I'm CEO at Hechicería, and as a lot of startups, the story begins with family. So this is my brother this year, Dylan. He was doing his bachelor's degree like 5 years ago. He had problems with learning, this kind of subjects, history, with lots of pages and lots of content. And you know that young people nowadays are going to YouTube and this kind of visual content sources to have this help for learning of history, this kind of philosophy also. So I was studying AI at that time, and I thought, okay, there's AI to generate images. Also at that time, we had tools to generate text, not just ChatGPT right now, but because right now this is amazing. But we thought, could it be possible if we can translate history books, for example, into videos for the students, so that they didn't need to go to YouTube and look for this content, that it could be, it's possible that this content, it's not going to be in YouTube. So okay, we're going to do a research and see if it's possible. So I was doing some designs and, well, some schemes, how to train this network, this other, and yeah, it was possible, but I didn't have any expertise in graphic power or any kind of audiovisual or painting. I'm so bad at that. And that's the reason I look for my current team, my current founders. Alejandro is behind, and my partner Andres. I'm going to show him after. So we started to do the first prototypes, and we got into the marathon de creación de startups, UMH. That's the acceleration program for startups of our university. And also we were going into newspapers because the project, it was so innovative. Okay, these guys are doing the text translation into videos for students, right? The thing is that the reality for startups, you're going day by day, and you have to make money, obviously. And maybe this acceleration program, we realized that it wasn't maybe not the more profitable business model for us, or more our client, our best client. So we did the thing that it's useful for the startups right now. That it's pivots. The startups pivot every day, almost. So we thought, okay, what's our technology is doing is converting text into video. So why we can apply it into the pure audiovisual reproduction sector. It could be I can put a script into an interface, and it could be translated into video, into maybe not the final results, but maybe a storyboard, a preview of it, pre-video. And the thing is that, yes, we could combine AI, how to understand the natural language of the scripts. We did natural language processing. And also with the power of video game engines, we could make representations of the scripts of different audiovisual companies, and start to doing this improvement of the technology to arrive to an MVP. That's the roadmap that we had until now. So we wanted to take profit of that momentum, the push of the digital platforms, that because it was so crowded, the market. It is right now 100 billions of potential markets today in audiovisual content. So this is that momentum, right? So the current landscape, years ago, last years, it was appearing these tools for image generation, for text generation. Right now we have Midjourney, we have ChatGPT. We can generate text, image, sound, things that most people cannot imagine. So, but video, it's maybe the most difficult landscape that we have in generative AI right now. And one of the most innovatives, because we don't have a lot of different resources about that, a lot of different competition, we're going to say. So we, for example, found a Google approach in October last year, also about Meta. They launched it at the same time. And this year in April, Runway was launching his approaches Gen 2 that you can test right now, not for Google and Meta, because their approaches are not commercial, just papers. And also we have right now open source solutions that you also can test. And we want to test, to compare here the results that these kind of big companies from USA are doing, and the things that startup here in Alicante we are doing. So for sentence, easy sentence to test it, the man goes to the stores. These are the kind of results that we are getting with Meta or Google. No, it was sorry, Runway version. This is just the stairs and the foot of man going upstairs. It's as I was showing here, this is at 90 seconds for generate this sequence, and this is just 2 seconds video. So the difference with us is that this is our front end, our prototype. You can type the same sentence. The man goes to the stairs. We click execute, and we can see how in seconds we can generate this sequence. This is a man going upstairs into a random environment. It's going to be here inside the house. It has just a few seconds for generation. The video is 25 seconds long, the video, and the quality is so better in comparison with that. Why? Because they're achieving the technology with the same architectures as they are achieving the image generation. And it's so difficult, it's a little bit technical to explain that, but it's so difficult to arrive to a good results with the same architecture or the same way to the things that image generators. It's better to do with video game engines, as we are doing here, that we are using Unreal Engine 5. This is our engine. This is another video of how we can also edit our results manually in the interface. So
would we be able to estimate
this is all
how
generated
long
by
it
the
would
AI.
take
This
Pixar
is
Studios to
this is
storyboard
also
a single scene from Toy Story?
presentation is
Not the
in
final
which we
scene,
were showing
not the
the
animation,
paradigm with
just a preview of it
storyboards,
to
the
know how
problematic
it will
costs
develop.
and times
Up
that
to
lots
6
of
weeks
visual
with
production
teams of 10
companies
and 20
have
designers to get this kind
to
of
generate these
visualization.
storyboards, and how it's
We
going to be
can
so
do it
easy and
in
so
20
fast to
seconds.
generate this kind of
We
results,
have developed
also in
the
3D
most
and
powerful
with
technology
colors
in
and
the 3D audiovisual market
with
to
this
date.
technology.
An
The
artificial
Mangus
intelligence
testers, in
that
this
is
case,
capable
you
of
have the shot
converting
who
text
can
into
stop
video
it and
with the
can
quality you are seeing
change
in
the
a matter
angle,
of
change the shot,
seconds.
and when you have your perfect shot,
Users will be able to
you can play
use the
again.
content
It's going to be
not only
automatic.
for social networks,
So this is
marketing, or
another
cinema,
sentence.
but also for video
Alex
games,
walks in the train
virtual
station,
reality,
another character,
metaverse, and any immersive
and
options
we have
thanks to the
another
fact that
environment
our
in which we can,
creations are in 3D.
even if we don't want to stop, to change this shot and to have all the flexibility for your results, even if you have an AI as a tool, right? This is one of the main concerns for artificial companies that, oh, what, I have an AI, maybe it's not going to be flexible, it's going to be rigid. No, you can edit these results thanks to our implementation. So we've been going globally to show our results because, you know, our market's global, and we've been in Dubai, we've been in Israel, in CES Las Vegas, in City Tech Tokyo. We're going to be next week in Tokyo Game Show because, you know, these results are in 3D. This is 3D video, so it could be applied for audiovisual or it could be applied for video games, for virtual reality, augmented reality, and metaverse. So, okay, yeah, we're nerds, we're young people, but we are supported by lots of different international accelerators like Hype Accelerator, Babson College, so important in US, AWS Startup Loft, and also Impulsa Visión. It's the accelerator for radio, Spanish radio television, Radio Televisión Española here, and with collaborating with lots of different universities. Our roadmap right now, we've been finishing our MVP this last months and launching our demo in March of this year, the first commercial application that was able to convert text into video globally, as far as we know. We've been going to US, different congresses in US, like Select USA for investment, AIM in Abu Dhabi this year. Also, we're talking to make a deal with PlayStation here in Spain. Next week we're going to be in Tokyo Game Show, and also we are closing deals with video game companies like Unreal Engine, Epic Games, you know. So that's about the IP. Our roads until now, it's been everything about the brand, how to protect the brand, and we've been doing in Europe. It's protected in Europe right now, also in Korea and in Japan. We're working to have it in China. And in USA, it's finishing right now. You know, it's different from here. It's so difficult. And also about patents. That's yeah, it's more. It's more, also more difficult to patent than the trademark, the brand. We're working on it with Padima, this brand and patent company here in Spain. And we're looking for this algorithm, this part of our algorithms, that it could be protected. About the importance of our protection, IP protection in markets, we've been validating that. Okay, our customers are not so concerned about our patents. Maybe the investors traditionally has been concerning about that, but it's true that, for example, we've been in South Summit in June this year, and the feedback there is that each time they're less concerned about this topic. It's always a topic, the protection of your intellectual property, but maybe they're focusing more, I know, in that you are closing all the limits inside your company to not have any partner that's going outside and spreading the word about your technology. So we have lots of contracts internally to have this protection and to not sharing to everyone in team the whole code and different disciplines. Yeah, being careful of that. And different disciplines to have all internally and with under the deepest secrets. So I think this is all. I know if we are in time. We're in time, yeah. So thank you very much. Obviously,
I will stay. First of all, thank you very much. What I didn't say for all of those who we don't really master Spanish so well. So hechicería, the IA is inteligencia artificial, so artificial intelligence. So for me, I liked it so much. And then Virginia Melgar, who will speak to you in a moment. Yeah. When I told her about that you were coming, and she said, "What the hell of a trademark name is this?" So I give the floor to Virginia to share her thoughts. Be ready. Be ready.
I've been dealing with this
yes,
the entire trial.
Good morning, Alvaro. Thank you very much, and
you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
This is a great project. I have some questions because I'm interested about the thinking before you realize you have a brand and you have to protect it. So I don't know if you first went just to Padima for a complete advice, or, for example, as you're a nerd, did you Google hechicería? Did you check in the dictionary?
Yeah.
And did you perhaps went to our database to see if some people have registered something similar?
Yeah.
You did all this?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, were you or did you find yourself that you could go for the name, the logo, the color,
I think
as a design as well?
Yeah, absolutely, everything.
And you did that on your own?
No, with Padima,
yeah,
with
okay,
Padima,
okay.
yeah.
No, I was really impressed. Now, what about the sort of warnings? What possible can come or go wrong? For example, did you fear a possible opposition from Harry Potter, different IP, for example, the protection of the, how do you say, chouette in English? The animal, the whole.
The owl, okay.
Which I think is part of the many registrations that Harry Potter has. And perhaps also, did you have a warning about the possible negative meaning of your word, Mark? Yeah. Now tell us about this.
Yeah, absolutely. About the name, I think there's not no problem with Harry Potter, because I think maybe they have Spanish translated like brands here.
No, I'm talking about the animal. The animal is protected.
Just the animal. Okay. So the animal obviously is owl, but it has a meaning about, we are combining magic, but this is the figure of the owl, but also the technology. So this is a concept that maybe Harry Potter hasn't, because we have like this chips design.
Okay. I see.
So we're combining the gold of the chips and these like schemes of of the
like lines.
The strips. So
that's definitely not Harry Potter.
It's not the same. I think it's a combined.
No likelihood of.
Yeah, it's a combined concept, and we were looking for this because obviously it could be a concern in terms of brand, but I think we are differentiated a bit.
And did you check did you go to the dictionary of the Real Academia Española de la Lengua to know all the possible meanings of the word?
Yeah. So, obviously, and with Padima we were reviewing all the kind of meanings. Yeah.
But this is a UTM
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Probably lots of people have questions to Albo. He will be there. You will be staying, right?
Yeah.
But and Stefan, I give the floor to Stefan in a moment. You say you're preparing. Okay, you said a man goes up the stairs, and then you have this beautiful animation. Could you imagine that in a context of ours, which you have like a little, you had a like little taste of what we are talking about, which is not so witchcraft related, or it's not a man, it's much more complex, it's very technical. Could you imagine that you could also provide us with something visually attractive, even when it comes to like a technical legal language? Is that also something you could possibly translate into images?
Yeah, but in terms of what? In terms of
No, I mean, like, instead of saying a man walks the stairs,
yeah.
I want to file a EUTM.
Oh, okay.
Can you do this now?
No, right now no, because I don't have the demo right now. I don't have the demo right now here. So.
Okay, this is the first part of the question. The second one is the. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, we got to deal with that. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, but witchcraft is pretty fast.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but
I will.
I need to make a to get clear something.
Okay, but the sentence would be, I would like to file a European trademark.
Okay. Yeah.
This afternoon.
This afternoon. I need to
No,
check. I need to check with my
I'm joking.
team.
I'm joking. Check with Alejandro. No, and
Yeah,
the second thing is, the second question would be, does this only work like written, or could this already also something be orally? That I just say to you, I walk up the stairs, or I want to file, and then you can also do this kind of hechicería.
Yeah. So you can use the prototype right now is just considering text, written text, but also you can. We're working on implementations to connect with other kind of sources like voice, or even you can upload your own document, your own script, or your own file of scripts. And at the end, we're using AI for lots of different fields, so we can translate different dimensions of information into text to get the video. About the demo testing, we have a problem that we are showing next week in Tokyo. So our team is finishing some implementations, and maybe it's going to be something that it could be a mistake. I know. I need to talk with my team. Yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, you were saying it is very difficult with the US to register your IP.
Yeah.
Maybe you could elaborate on that. And then the second, in case now you go to Tokyo, for example, and a Japanese investor says, I buy everything, what would you do?
Yeah, okay, it's not so much more difficult than this, but you need to. We needed more time to register. I know why, because it's all being managed by Parima. I don't know why it's being. Sorry. It could be. Yeah. It could be. It could be. It's for sure. It's going to be this, and it's not the same. I know how to say it. The same rules, the same names of the. Sorry. The definitions. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry, I'm not specialized in that, but the definitions of the several for assessments for the trademark, maybe you need to change a little bit to be adapted to United States. I'm not specialized in that, but yes, this is the concerns of Parima. And about Japan, we've been in February this year, and they are open to this so they're open to a sort of different technologies, because they are so focused, for example, in video games and anime and audiovisual. So if it's the same more or less if you go to UAE, if you're not doing buildings or some sort of constructions, maybe you don't have so much investment, but if you do that, you will have. And in Japan, it's like of this. If you're running some startup related to the main industries in Japan, it's easier to get investment there. And these kind of solutions to get, for example, video games or anime or series there, is being being a hype there and getting more and more investment. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
There's another question. I think it's from Philipp, no?
No, Hans.
Oh, sorry, Hans. Hans, say
Thank you, Alvaro, for the demo, and it feels like everyone here is putting you on the spot, right? Have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? But
Yeah.
in the end, you did manage to register it all with some perhaps complications. So I think the most important question is, if you're the SME and you're the end user, then how should we have supported you better in providing that information beforehand?
Providing information
on how to register the trademark, on how to protect your IP, because you have thought of it, but probably
okay.
who were your sources of information, and
Yeah,
were they adequate?
I think that's the problem here, that we don't know the main sources of information to do all by our own, because we probably want to do that by our own, because we are not. I think we are smart enough to do that, but we know, in fact, how to find this information, the sources. I think, and also we are not. That's the topic here, that we are not specialists in that. Maybe if you have any kind of I know if it's academic, but I know if it's tutorials or whatever, but some information to engage how to do these processes. Yeah, I think this is the main point here, and for other startups we've been talking.
But I will can I ask you something very honest, and maybe it's not very good for us now, but did you know about the EUIPO? Being from Alicante, you knew about us.
Yeah.
So, and how did you find out about the SME fund? This is this Padima who then got, okay. Oh, thank God. We didn't plan it. Inge has a question. I think there's another question from Marta as well.
Sure.
No, it must be very supposed to start, but let's bear with
Whatever.
Yeah, I will be very fast, but Hans almost had the same question than me,
Okay.
but let's phrase it differently. Is there something you would have done differently if you would have known before? And particular, of course, in the area of where we can be of help.
I think we need more work for patents before. To patent, you need a lot of time, a lot of work. You need more. You need at least several people, because overall, if you have the team divided into two sides, because our team has the AI part and the graphic part, so you need at least two people that could manage these patents. It has been so difficult because we are few people in a team, and we are so focused, obviously, making money and getting an MVP. So maybe we would have done this, the patent, all the patent work before. Yeah, so before, yeah. Correct.
I think there was a question from Marta. Yes.
Hi, Alvaro, and thank you for the presentation. I think the product is very cool. So I wanted to know, it's a little bit related with the last two questions, how difficult it was to get your head around the whole patent thing when you finally realized that this was something, that you had to do. And also whether you think that this is something that at least on a basic level should be mentioned, or whether it was mentioned during your degree or, when you were studying engineering.
Yeah, the first one, how difficult, or?
Yeah, like how did you get your head around?
Okay, yeah, we've been collaborating so much with Padima, so maybe they're leading all the process, and we've just been, it was like, do you know the Scrum methodology? It's like iteration on the, for example, we are sending them the kind of information that they are requesting, and we are after that improving some points, or directing the focus in the correct point that they consider it's better for the European Patents Committee. So it has been a little bit hard because we don't know the rules of the committee. So we're not specialists on that. So the differences between Padima and us has been at that situation, and we want to engage more this intellectual property sector, because if we feel that if we understand better these limits or these kind of rules, we could direct better, because we know what is the differential point in our code from the, because we know the state of the art. They have sent to us the whole patents that we have in this field. And yeah, I think it's in terms of understanding the rules to be considered as a patent, as a new patent. And I think in the studies, I think in our degrees here in the universities, there's no information about that. There's no any subject, any part of any subject. So even if you do an MBA, there's anything about that. So in the accelerator, there's a few rows about that. So you need to go to a company that's patenting things, and you talk with them. This is the information. Yeah.
There's one more question from.
Very, very quick consideration. I don't want to delay the coffee. We need the coffee. Alvaro, when you talk about patenting, it sounds a little bit weird to me, because actually you think, I'm not sure that they will imply real patents. More maybe, I suggest, I mean, we can talk about that. I'm sure the colleagues of the EUIPO, they can go much more into details, but we can talk about that. I think it's more about the trademarks and designs in case, copyright, as suggested over there, rather than real patents. So I would like to suggest you to go very much into the details of that, because if you're using patents, maybe you create a misunderstanding.
Yeah,
we can talk about that later.
Absolutely, and thank you for the suggestion. Thank you.
Is there any more questions?
Speaking about AI, I would like to have your feedback about the impact of AI on the creativity process. What, you know, there is a lot of discussion about it, and I would like to listen from you, your point of view.
Yeah, this is a so spoken topic for any conference that I do anywhere. Yeah, I think you need to take it as a tool, because if not, you will have lots of concerns about. And right now there's not replacing a thing. A good value positions in works. I think it's gonna be replacing position that has not a big value, a big added value, and because it's a term of automation in creativity, also in creativity. For example, you're gonna be making images, for example, but maybe the images that you will have from Midjourney, for example, are not fitting exactly the expectations of your company, because it's not so accurate to make this arm here or this brand here or this. So you're gonna have a lot of work fast and cheaper than the traditional ways of doing things. But today you need to do a little bit more of work to make this added value that differentiates your value proposition from the competition. So there's right now details on the generative process, and also in the mind process to arrive to this concept, and to go with the text to the Midjourney and arrive to this content, and to manage all the process. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. You're welcome.
I would like a last question to Alvaro. Again, we have not rehearsed that, so we'll be careful. No, Alvaro, is the first time that you meet all of this network that you were not aware about, logically, apart from EUIPO, you didn't know anywhere. Now you have like a rough idea who we are. We have people from Eurocrowd, from the business angels, from all the organizations, umbrella organizations that represent SMEs, and obviously you did not, because they are all umbrella organizations, you did not know about them. At Spanish level, or even Alicantino level, have you been reaching out to any organization other than Padima for the development of your business, be it the Cámara de Comercio of Alicante or anybody, because we are all represented also at local, regional, and national level. So first of all, this is the first question. It goes on forever. No, the second question is, if you had the knowledge you're having now after 2 hours being with us, and Inge was going a bit into the direction, what would you have been doing different? Would you have reached out to any of us? Of course, you have to say yes, but no. But the first question is actually more important. Like, who have you been contacting? You were the 3 nerds, and then what did you do?
Yeah, obviously we've been with this accelerator in our university. Yeah, and also we've been also in contact with the Chamber of Commerce, and after that, I think universities has the main points of information that which we've been in contact, and after that we've been outside. Yeah, overall outside. With resources from Valencia, from Madrid, from Barcelona. Maybe we need to do more research here to find more points of information. Because
all the other around, or we have to do more to go
I know,
more national.
I know.
To go more
It could be. I know.
Right?
I'm not.
Yes.
It could be. Obviously.
Yes.
I think, but from my point of view, that we have more resources in other places, in other cities than here, and obviously outside. We've been in accelerators in US or in not just in US, outside. So yeah, obviously.
Just US, it's okay.
No, just US, but because we've been just focusing on that, but also we have in Europe a lot of in Germany, in Netherlands, in France. So
but we do understand that your main focus point was actually university.
Yeah.
And for us, probably the lesson to learn is to really look much more also into the national component of our own organizations.
Yeah.
Last question for Barbara, and then we go for coffee.
It's just a quick remark. So first of all, what you were saying that it lacks at educational level is something that we found out. I represent the exhibitions and conferences business events in Europe. And we found that also from the consumer side, who use fakes or buy fake goods and because they're cheap, etc. So that's one thing I can confirm from our findings. And then I'm of course very happy because I saw that you expanded and grew your business, finding investors or clients or benchmarks or perhaps new stuff or whatever on the shows, on the show floors in Japan, even at CES, but of course first in Europe. And this is why we also try to reach exactly the one-person startups at that point, also at the trade fairs. But obviously it can be much more systematically. And I don't know whether you were in touch with anyone on that topic on a show floor. That would be also an interesting finding.
Absolutely, I will do that. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And I think we give a warm applause to Albo.